Dating and finding a girl is a pretty hard chore for us guys, and taking a lot of time and effort. However, these guys appear to be born with some weird, unique charm that just have the girls going nuts for them. Today, we'll be talking about top 10 harem/ecchi anime where the girls are crazy for the MC. So, before we start, just remember to like and subscribe to the video and hit that bell icon to be notified of all our new content. 𝐒𝐮𝐩𝐲𝐫𝐭. In short, 𝐒𝐮𝐩𝐲𝐫𝐭, no blade dance, takes place in a fantasy world where magicians called elementalers, or elementalists if you prefer, form sacred contacts with elemental spirits in order to be allowed to wield their powers. However, this privilege is only given to pure maidens of noble families who undergo training in order to become spirit contractors. This means that there are no male elementalers, or at least there shouldn't be. But as it happens, there is one exception to that, namely the story's protagonist, Kazuhaya Kamito. Consequently, he's transferred to the rich girl's classy school as the only man in an ocean of girls. Sounds cliche and overused as hell, I know, but I think it utilizes that premise better than most other such cases out there. This anime is kind of a tricky one to me personally, as well as since this show doesn't really kick it off that quickly, it only kicks off really begins to be interesting and fun to watch later on after a couple of arcs, which aren't covered in the anime and with no news of a season 2, yet the only hope is to check out the anime and then continue off from the manga. 9. Walkyrie Romance. This anime tells the story of a young man named Takahiro. The young man was a knight in training, learning to fight with swords, horse riding, and master the art of jousting. However, being subjected to an injury ends his knighthood days, and he enrolls instead in the Big Letter program. Being a has-been knight, his skills are demanded by all the knight girls, but he refuses them all, until his friend is in a situation she can't be envied for, that is. He ends up helping her in her jousting match as a one-time deal kind of thing, but later ends up accepting the position of her big leader. 8. Shuffle. In a world where the demons, humans, and gods coexist together, the young MC living with his friend and roommate Kade has his life turned upside down when the goddess and demon clan rulers move into the house next to him after taking interest in him. This show starts off as generic as they come, with the usual accidents happening and conveniently falling on girls' titties or face first into their panties. However, almost halfway through the series, the MC and the girls with him to start to get deeper and gain some character development. What starts as a train wreck of an anime ends up being actually deep with emotions and tears mixed into the fray. 7. Val X Love. Yeah, back to pointless plot other than revealing outfits and nude girls getting horny to power up. This is literally the whole show's premise. The Valkyries from the Norse mythology are sent off to live in the house of one guy to fight monsters. And how do they power up? By getting turned on, of course. How does that work? Fuck if I know. Do I really care? No, not really. As long as I see those anime titties and nude girls fighting, I couldn't give a flying shit how they do it. We're all horny teens here after all. 6. 𝐒𝐮𝐩𝐲𝐫𝐭. The MC in this series, the previous prince of the kingdom, wanders around and accidentally ends up in the girl's hot spring where he sees the new princess of the kingdom naked. Wanting to regain her honor, she challenges him to a drag ride battle. A drag ride is some ancient mecha they can use in battle that was excavated out of many places in the kingdom. After said battle and certain events transpiring, the MC ends up registered in an all-girls school for drag ride combat. Now I know what you're thinking of and where this show is headed, and yeah, you guys aren't wrong. Girls fall for him left and right, and he is, as any harem character, easily teased and clueless 70% of the time. But this show actually has a somewhat decent fun plot. The series also has some 3D animation in it. When it comes to the mechs and enemies they fight, speaking of the animations of the fights, are actually cool and look fun to watch, so go check this series out. You have my seal of approval for it. 5. Absolute Duo. Summoning weapons from the soul of a person and being called a blazer seems oddly familiar, don't you think? Oh yeah, Chivalry of a Failed Knight has the exact same concept. Better yet, the same name of the soul weapon users. I mean, I've seen in my years a lot of copied content from one show to another, but the least you could have done was change the name of it a bit. The whole show premise is a power called Absolute Duo, which is a power received when a duo has great synchronization and compatibility together. In the entrance exam, they had students battling each other, and guess what? the MC has a unique weapon, never seen before, figures. With his weapon being a shield and not an offensive type weapon, the school officials' interest peaks. And that's actually what the series is about, of course, with a lot of female characters fighting over the MC and his special power as well. 4. Showman Sample. Man, this anime somehow gives you every guy's dream ever and manages somehow to turn it into a freaking nightmare. The MC of this series gets sent off to an all-girls school with the idea in mind that he's gay and has it bad for guys' muscles. As he arrives there, he finds that the circumstances he's in aren't hospitable even a bit, with the threat of cutting off his manhood in the back of his mind if he's discovered to be straight and not actually into guys' muscles. He has no choice but to keep up the facade and hope for his manhood to remain in its meant-to-be place. 3. Girls Bravo. Bullied by girls for his petite and weak physique for almost all his life, the MC developed a condition that makes him unable to be around women or talk to them. But since that's a harem, the creators of the show won't have it, and they decide to send the guy with issues with the female sex to world dominated by, well, females. Watching him struggle with all those girls around him is fun, but it gets kind of boring later on. Again, not like you can expect the plot from a harem anime, so can't blame them on that part. Anime is always about the fan service and them girls. This anime has a lot of nudity in it and even some heavy language and bloody scenes, so be prepared for anything and watch your 6. 2. Peter Grill. Remember what I said about non-existent plot and only being here for the goods? Yeah, well, this is the prime example anime when it comes to proving that point. Peter Grill, crowned the strongest man ever in a competition, is just about to realize how heavy the title he bears now is, with every monster girl from all over the kingdom chasing him down for his potent, powerful seed. He tries to resist their temptations, but fails miserably doing so, and ends up sleeping with, well, every single monster girl that comes his way, all while hiding that fact from his girlfriend and acting to be faithful only to her. Don't expect anything from this show other than a lot of girls half naked and being knocked up. So yeah, you've been warned. 1. 𝐒𝐻𝐸𝐸. Okay, this is the first show on the list, so I'll state it from now, these are harem anime with lots of panties flashing and titties bouncing. If you came here to find a relevant plot, then you guys are on the wrong video. With that said, we're introduced to this anime MC who's a powerful psychic. Coincidentally, gets to live in a haunted mansion by a malicious ghost. Add to that, the ghost is bound to his room. These are just too many coincidences if you ask me. As he prepares to end the ghost, it is revealed that she isn't as malicious as they say she is. And she's so hot and sexy with huge badonkers, she makes lava seem cold. And as every harem ever, you can't just have a harem with only one girl. You need much more than that. Enter the other 4 girls, each with a unique art style and the usual generic harem personalities. You got the kudere, the tsundere, the shy maid, the loli, etc. And like any good harem, they all have it bad for the MC. Oh, and did I mention that there's a lot of bathtub and hot spring scenes? And with that, we conclude our video for today. I want you to smash that thumbs up button, and if you haven't subscribed yet, be sure to subscribe and press that bell icon to keep you notified of all our new videos. Also, comment down below on the anime you like the most on this list, and if you're planning to watch any of them, and if you have any suggestions, place them in the comments as well. Until next time, see ya!